Go.
Okay, so now that the water is going, we can take care of the other things that are less time sensitive. So this foyer area light switch, right? Get the lights on in the hallways. I need to get, especially if it's summertime, I need to get the air started so that it cools down. Okay, we usually we're in the Relief Society room for the program, and then we go to the font room just for the baptism. So I'm gonna get the air going, okay? And if the room looks like this when you walk in, you're in good shape. The room needs to look something like this for a baptism. We typically we could have anywhere from 10 people to this room being totally full. So it's best to just get the chairs all set up. That way, if anything happens, if a lot of people unexpectedly show up, you've got the seats to not disrupt the baptism, okay? So, but this is great. The chalkboards are clean. I guess we're recording this right after Christmas Sunday, which means we haven't had seminary, youth activities, or even Relief Society in this room, and it's been cleaned once or twice without any of those activities. So this is perfect case scenario. If there's anything gross, you need to look at the trash cans, make sure there's nothing gross in there. The missionaries eat fast food and throw it away in here sometimes. You need to get it out of here so that any smells can go away. And if there's anything major on the floor, we can walk over and get a vacuum. Okay, and I'll show you that in a second. So, but erase the boards, and you can text me and ask whether there's a TV required. Sometimes people have a video that they want to show. And if there is, then you'll come over here to the library. Okay, then master key, the library. There's old televisions that are not very useful, okay? And there's newer ones. You just need to make sure of a couple things. It needs to have an HDMI cable. Look in the back, you'll see most of them have an HDMI cable. And that's about all we can guarantee people. So this is a good setup. We've got a USB-C in case they have an Android device, and they've got a Lightning for an Apple device, and they've got their HDMI cable. So this would be a great TV to use. You can wheel that in, and then we usually, as much as we can, we let the family handle this, but any setup that you can do for the television is bonus because it takes stress off of the family as they're preparing for the baptism. Okay, so the Relief Society room is ready. So we're going to move over to the font room. So this is not typical of the font room. Chairs have been set up very nicely. And normally there are not this many chairs, and it's kind of a mess. I think they have nursery classes in here sometimes. And so we don't need this many chairs. Normally I just set up 2 rows of chairs with an aisle down the middle. When we come to do a baptism, most people just stand in here and a few people sit. But a few things you need to look for. This is new, I've never seen this before. So this stuff just needs to get pushed to the side and out of the way. Okay, I'll move that here in a second. Maybe it'll help. The other thing that I'd like you to look for is fingerprints and gross anything on the glass. Anything on the glass is very obvious if it's bad. So we want to make it a very nice meeting. And also notice the words are here for the person performing the baptism. I'm just coming close so I can hear my voice. And they've fallen down. So I'll probably go to the library and get some tape and put it back up there so it doesn't fall in the water. That's also important. Now, if there's, I'm going to come to the side here. Maybe you can see on here the smudges. It's hard to show it on the camera, but there are some areas where I can see little kids' snot or nose prints from them getting too close to the glass when their sibling is getting baptized. So you need to get some glass cleaner and clean that quickly. So follow me, and we will go get a vacuum and some glass cleaner. Here in the member custodial closet, you can use these materials. Usually you can just use one of these to clean up the little bits of whatever's on the floor. I don't normally have to get an actual vacuum and go at it, but sometimes you do. And so I would just grab this, and then glass cleaner can usually be found up here. Okay, you can read on it, glass cleaner, right there. It's usually blue. Glass cleaner, and then there's usually some paper towels. You can get them from the bathroom or from right here. Don't need much, so I'm just gonna get some of that. Bring my, the floors were clean, so I'm not gonna bring this with me right now, but you can just grab this if you have something on the floor that needs attention. When they clean the building on Saturdays, they don't usually open the font, so they don't ever see the dirty glass. So you're the only one that will ever be there to clean this properly. Now, I leave these doors open because the water fogs up the mirror without these doors being open. So I like to do that. I probably sprayed too much cleaner. You don't need that much. Makes your job take longer if you use too much. The kids tend to grab right at the top. So right along the top, you have to do both sides of the glass. Kids are nasty. Now I'm going to go get that tape and see if I can't tape that back up. And that's it for right now. And then we're going to wait now. What we're going to do is let the water fill up as fast as possible to, where I know that they can get baptized. And then we'll turn the cold water down or even off so that it makes it nice and warm for the person being baptized. First priority is get enough water. Second priority is get it warm enough so that they have a nice experience. So, okay, we'll stop right there for now.